Next up here, we have Amazon's rumored home projector can turn anything into a screen. So this isn't out yet, just to clarify, but how a retractive smart display, map view, and robot vacuums could pull together Amazon's ambient smart home vision. So Amazon, as we all know, has the Amazon Alexa. They started doing Amazon Basics. They're just kind of getting into a little bit of everything, diversification, if you will. And with that, Amazon has gotten into screens and so on and so forth. Now, Amazon's first attempt at a smart projector, now discontinued, the Amazon Glow, wasn't awesome, hence why discontinuation. Now, that device was meant to be a kid's toy. Might have been better as a home control device. It was not awesome. But a small voice-activating detection device tucked under a kitchen cabinet could project your kitchen counter or wall when you need a recipe or to see your feed from your doorbell. Could easily be a cool way for Amazon to kind of bring this device back. Now, the device was an interactive projector where you could touch and move objects around on the screen. As you can see here on this, if you're not watching, basically it's like a little rectangle you stick on the wall. It shoots your video down onto your table in front of you, and then you can touch the table like those laser keyboards and interact with it, which, if you ever use those laser keyboards, it wasn't that great. This here, though, is a Bosch unit that was moved 4 years ago that never actually made it out. But nonetheless, this is what seemingly Amazon's going for here. Now, Amazon has bought a lot of tech companies. They've built a ton of smart home stuff. They've even done smart projectors before. So we'll see what happens here. With this one, it's just interesting to see it rumored. As Amazon gets into everything, as these new tech products come out, fascinating to see that they're still trying. And it's good. They should keep trying. But we'll just see Amazon's smart home thing. They had Alexa take off, which, not that it shouldn't have, but Alexa took off. And then since then, it just feels like they haven't been able to hit the mark or figure anything out, or just, it feels like we're missing things. Like just something's missing to get Amazon that next step over to making these devices hit. Maybe it's just how big Amazon is. Maybe it's just how they work. It's one of those things where, like for me, for instance, I don't have a smart home setup, but something I have thought about as someone who's into tech is if I were going to, for one, I would look to make sure everything would work together well. And then to follow that up, I would be looking for devices that, hit all the points I wanted, like had good camera quality, worked every time, were consistent, were easy to use, didn't require certain like exact phrases to be said to get it to do things all the time. And Amazon just doesn't, there's no company that really offers the full suite, but in terms of how many things work together well with it, Apple has HomeKit that supposedly works really well. The limited use I've had with Google it's okay. It's not great. And Amazon, I just don't know if they really have all of it swinging in the right direction to make it great. But it'd be cool to see something like this. Now, I got to be honest, making Zoom calls that track you when you're walking around the house is kind of like, why can't you just sit still for your Zoom call? Pulling up recipes above a wall or on your stove while you're doing stuff, well, it sounds super cool. I don't think we're at the point where technology is easy enough to make that something I would use on a daily basis. That said, it's something we'll just kind of have to see. Maybe some people will, but for me personally, I'm cool having my Google Smart Hub up there, yelling at it, having it pull stuff up. I don't need to have a separate thing that's projecting it for me. I can stare at the screen from 5 feet away and make out what my next step is or have it tell me, or just take a couple steps and read it. But again, maybe there will be some unforeseen use here that this is really cool for, or maybe this will just be the step to something bigger. But it's cool to see that it's coming possibly at some point. I mean, it should come. We should at least see what it can do. I don't know if it'll be used, but at least see what's going on.